Hello students, welcome to my class. Today we will study about quadrilaterals. Actually any geometrical figure, four-sided regular geometrical figure is a quadrilateral, and depending on the properties of its relation about its sides, its vertices, its diagonals, we give them different names like parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, square, kite, and so on. So there are some figures which I have drawn, and I will be talking about all the properties of that quadrilateral and differentiate the different quadrilaterals. I will be proving few statements and solve out some of the problems. So I'm sure once you go through the video, you will have all your doubts regarding quadrilaterals cleared, and I'm pretty sure that you are following my lectures. So children, please like, share and subscribe my channel. So now let us begin. Quadrilaterals. The first diagram that I have drawn is a parallelogram, and this is the parallelogram which looks like it can be named as A, B, C, D sequential. It cannot be A, B, C, D. It cannot be. It has to be either A, B, C, D or A, B, C, D clockwise or anti-clockwise. You can even name it as L, M, N, O and so on. So when you say a parallelogram, you should know that the opposite sides are equal, like AD and BC in this particular case. AB and DC in this particular case are equal. So opposite sides are equal. The opposite angles are equal, like angle A is equal to angle C. Angle B is equal to angle D. And also the diagonals bisect. If you join AC, AC is a diagonal. If you join BD, BD is a diagonal. They will bisect each other. So these are the common properties of a parallelogram. The next diagram that I have drawn for you is a rectangle. Named as ABCD. You can name it as EFGH also, clockwise or anti-clockwise. And I am sure you all know about rectangle, that the opposite sides are equal, same as a parallelogram. The opposite sides are parallel, same as a parallelogram. But in this case, each angle is equal to 90 degree. Here they were not restricted to any particular angle. It was only that the opposite sides are parallel, that the opposite sides are equal, that the opposite angles are equal. But in this case, the opposite sides are equal, the opposite sides are parallel, but each angle is also equal to 90 degree. In this case, in a rectangle, the diagonals are equal. Like if you have AC and BD joined, AC will be equal to BD and they will bisect each other. Like in a parallelogram, we spoke just now about all the properties. In a rectangle, the difference is the vertices, that is each angle is equal to 90 degree. Then the next figure that I have drawn for you is a rhombus. In a rhombus, all the sides are equal. All the sides are equal, like AB, BC, CD, DA, they are all equal. The opposite sides are parallel. That means it's a parallelogram with the adjacent sides also equal. And most importantly, the diagonals bisect each other at right angle. They are perpendicular bisector. If you join AC and BD, they will bisect each other and they will bisect at 90 degree. Then comes square, a very common figure that each one of you have started with it in your junior classes, and you all know that all the four sides are equal, all the four angles are equal to 90 degree, and the diagonals will bisect each other at 90 degree. So the rectangle and a square, the difference is that here the opposite sides are equal and here all the four sides are equal. So if you have all the four sides equal and the diagonals bisect at right angle and the angles equals to 90 degree with the diagonals equal, we know that it is a square. I think I am very much clear about the properties. Next comes a very common figure, that is a kite. Here you can see it's a quadrilateral regular four-sided closed geometrical figure with the adjacent sides equal, like AB and AD are equal, BC and CD are equal. So this is a kite shape where adjacent sides are always equal and is known as a kite. After knowing the properties, we will now go for proving some of the statements. Here the question says, prove that the consecutive angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So it's a parallelogram, that means AB and DC are parallel, AD and BC are parallel, and you have to prove that angle A plus angle B, that means the consecutive angles are supplementary, means 180. So given AB is parallel to DC, AD is parallel to BC, to prove angle A plus angle B is 180 degree. How to go by it? So when you begin the proof, when you begin your work, your topic should be proof. Angle A is equal to angle C. We just now studied in a parallelogram the properties saying that the opposite sides are equal and the opposite angles are equal. So angle A is equal to angle C, A and C. Angle B is equal to angle D, B and D. If I add all the four, A plus B plus C plus D, we know that in a quadrilateral the sum of four angles is equal to 360. Now A plus B, instead of C I can write A, instead of D I can write B, because A is equal to C and B is equal to D. So twice angle A plus twice angle B is 360 degrees. So A plus B is equal to 180, hence proved. I think the question is clear. Children, please, if you are liking the way of explaining, please like, share and subscribe my channel, children. That will be very nice of you when you are really getting from my videos, and I am trying my level best to explain you all properly. So, okay, the next question. ABCD is a parallelogram and DX is equal to BY. That means BD is a diagonal on which there are 2 points, and it is given that DX and BY are equal and ABCD is a parallelogram. You have to prove that AXCY, this middle quadrilateral is also a parallelogram. So now to begin with the proof, let us see how it is done. Proof. In triangle ADX and triangle CBY, in triangle ADX and triangle CBY, You must be remembering congruency of standard 7. AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to BC. How? The opposite sides of a parallelogram. DX is equal to BY. DX and BY given in the question. Angle ADX and angle CBY. ADX and CBY, they are interior alternate angles. How? AD is parallel to BC. So the two angles are equal. So the triangle ADX and the triangle CBY are congruent. How? SAS rule. Since the triangles are congruent, the congruent paths are also congruent. So AX and CY are equal by CPCT rule. Similarly, when we take the triangle CDX and the triangle ABY, we can prove that CX and AY are equal by CPCT. How? We know that AB is equal to DC. We know DX and BY are equal given. We know that CDX is equal to YBA, interior alternate. So the two triangles are congruent by ASA rule, and AY is equal to CX by CPCT rule. So now in the quadrilateral AXCY, we have proved that AX and CY are equal, CX and AY are equal. So when the opposite sides are equal, it is a parallelogram, hence proved. So this is the working. If you want, you can see it once and then you can try it out of your own. Children, I would suggest that please see the question, check how I have solved, and try out in your rough notebook to have more confidence. Now I come to the next question, number 3, and the question reads that ABCD is a parallelogram with P and Q trisects the diagonal BD. That means BP, PQ and QD are equal. Trisects means they are dividing them into equal parts. You have to prove that CQ is parallel to AP. How to prove? We know that BP, PQ and QD, they are all equal because according to the question, P and Q trisects BD, which is equal to each part 1/3 of BD. Now in triangle APD and triangle BQC, this part and this part, BQ is equal to 2/3 of BD and PD is equal to 2/3 of BD. Therefore, we can say that BQ and PD are same. They are equal. And we know that AD and BC, being the opposite side of the parallelogram, are also equal. And we know that angle ADP is equal to angle CBQ. How? Because they are interior alternate angles. So this triangle APD and triangle BQC are congruent by SAS rule. Since the two triangles are congruent by SAS rule, we can now say that angle APD and angle CQB are also equal by CPCT rule, congruent parts of the congruent triangles, and the relation is alternate. So CQ and AP are parallel. I would like to repeat it once again, saying that in triangle ADP and triangle BQC, AD and BC are equal, we know. P and Q are the trisects points, so BQ is 2/3 of BD. Similarly, DP is also 2/3 of BD. So we can know that BQ and PD are equal. Now we know that angle ADP and angle QBC are interior alternate angles. So the triangles are congruent by SAS rule. Therefore, we can say that angle APD and angle CQB are also equal by CPCT rule. And since the relation is alternate angles, so we can know that CQ is parallel to AP. hence proved. So here is the working. If you want, you can note it down and you can practice it. So I have written every steps for you so that it is easy for you to follow. We go to the next slide. And the next question is question number 4, where according to the figure it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram and the bisector of angle A and angle D meet at P. That means AP bisects angle DAB and DP bisects angle ADC. You have to prove that angle APD is equal to 90 degree. Now we prove that angle BAD plus angle ADC is equal to 180. How do we prove? We have just started with it that the adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Why? Because the sides are parallel, so co-interior relation also angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. The bisector of angle A and angle D is obviously equal to 90 degree. And since these two are equal, we can say that angle PAD plus angle PDA is equal to 90 degree. In the triangle APD, if the sum of these two angles are 90 degree, then the third one has to be 90. Therefore, proved. This was a very simple question. I'm pretty sure all of you know this. This was very simple. These are the steps shown. We go to question number 5 now, which says that ABCD is a rhombus and BD is equal to AB. You have to find the values of all the angles. Now, according to the figure, since it is a rhombus, all the four sides are equal and the diagonal is also equal, it is given. So, if we consider triangle ABD, all the sides are equal, equilateral triangle. So, this is 60, this is 60, this is 60. Same here. Triangle BDC is equilateral, so each one is equal to 60 degree. So we know that A is equal to C equals to 60 degree. Angle B becomes 60 plus 60, 120. So B and D becomes 120 each. Another very simple question to begin with. Okay, so we go to the next question, number 6. Here the question says that ABCD is a rectangle and given that angle BPC is 124 degree and angle BAP you have to find out. So the diagonals are equal and bisect each other. So angle PBC and angle PCB are equal because the diagonals are equal and the diagonals bisect each other. So each of the subpart are equal. So BP and PC are equal. If BP and PC are equal, in the triangle BPC, angle PBC is equal to angle PCB, and we know the isosceles triangle X or this angle is equal to 28 degree. Now in this case, we know that this is your X degree and this is also X degree. So each is equal to 28 degree. Now angle PBC and angle ADP, angle PBC and angle ADP, they are alternate angles. Okay, it's a rectangle. So angle ADP is also X degree, that is 28 degree, and angle APB, angle APB is 180 minus 124, so this is 56 degree. So you can say that since AP and BP are equal, because in a rectangle the diagonals will bisect each other. So angle BAP is equal to 60 degree. These are the concepts of the isosceles triangle. So these are the working. I would say 124 degree. These two are same. Why? Because diagonals bisect each other and diagonals are equal in a rectangle. So we know this angle and this angle are interior alternate angles. So we know this angle. This is a part of the straight line. So 180 minus this. These two sides are equal. So we know the base angles. So this is one question being solved theoretically. Next question, number 7. PQRS is a parallelogram, and in the parallelogram the diagonals meet with different values of x, y, z at M, and these are the angles, and some of the angles are mentioned to you. You have to find the unknown angles. Now according to the figure, SQR and QSP are equal because they are interior alternate angles as the opposite sides are parallel. So Z is equal to 30 degree. Now in triangle PMS, 54 was given. Z's value we found out just now. So the third angle X we can find out. Sum of the three angles of equals to 180 degree. And in triangle RS, maybe P or RSM, we know that 54 degree is the exterior angle, which is equal to sum of the two interior opposite angle. So 54 is equal to 25 plus y. You can find out y. You can also take the concept of triangle RSP. Sum of the three angles is 180 degree. X we found out just now. Angle X or S also we know now. So the third angle can be found out. So finding out the angles, unknown angles, depends on you which concept you want to put. Only see that the concept is correct. This was my way of finding out in a short method, and you can try out your own ways also. If you have doubts, children, please put it in the comment section so that I know your doubts and I can clear it out. Okay, so the next question, number 8. This is the figure. Given is ABCD is a parallelogram. We can see that AC and BD are diagonals meeting at M, and there is one LN passing through M. You have to prove that LM is equal to MN. So proof. Triangle DLM and triangle BMN, the small one and the small one. DM is equal to BM. We know that the diagonals bisect each other. Angle LDM and angle NBM are equal interior opposite angles. Similarly, angle DML and angle BMN are equal vertically opposite angles. So the two triangles are congruent by ASA rule. So LM and MN are equal by CPCT rule. Thus M is the midpoint of the line LN and hence proved. This is the working. You can pause and note down if you want, or you can understand through my explanation. Try it out of your own. Question number 9. According to the figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. E is the midpoint of the side AB and CE bisects angle BCD. So I have also shown in the figure how angles are equal because it is bisecting. You have to prove that AE is equal to AD, DE bisects angle ADC, and DEC is equal to 90 degree. Now how to prove? Angle 1 is equal to angle 3. How? This is the transverse. These two lines are parallel, so alternate angles. It's a parallelogram, so DC and AB are parallel. CE is a transverse, so 1 is equal to 3. But 1 and 2 are equal, it is already mentioned, so it implies that angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Now in this triangle BCE, if these two angles are equal, it implies that EB is equal to BC. But instead of BC, I can write EB and AE are equal, so BE is equal to AE, and we can write that BC and AD are opposite, so AD and AE are equal. In this triangle, this is equal to this, but these two sides are equal and these two sides are equal, so instead of this we write this, instead of this we write this, so these two sides are equal, hence proved. Now, when these two sides are equal, it implies that 4 and 5 are equal, but 6 and 5 are alternate, so the relation we can say they are equal, thus 4 and 6 are equal, so DE bisects angle ADC. Now the 90-degree part. D and C, sum of D and C, they are adjacent, which is equal to 180 degree. So half of D and half of C is 180 degree. Instead of half of D, we can write twice angle 6 and twice angle 1, and the third angle is 90 degree. A similar part we proved in the beginning, so this will be easy for you to understand. So this is the figure, this is the working, hence proved, and I am going to repeat it once again for you. 1 and 3 are equal, alternate angles. 1 and 2 are equal, given. So 2 and 3 are equal. Therefore, these two sides are equal. This and this are equal, opposite sides. This and this are equal. It is given in the question. So we can, instead of writing this is equal to this, we can write this is equal to this. When these two sides are equal in this triangle, 4 and 5 are equal. But 6 and 5 are equal, alternate angles, implication 4 and 6 are equal, so DE bisects angle ADC. Angle D plus angle C is 180 degree. So half of angle D and half of angle C is 90 degree. So we can write 6 plus 1 is 90 degree. So this part is 90 degree in a triangle DEC. Way of writing, I have shown it here, children. You can check it out. So the next question says that, question number 10, the figure ABCD is a parallelogram. DM and BN are equal. You have to prove that CM and AN are equal. AM and CN are equal, so ANCM is a parallelogram. We have done it just now, but it is a repetition that you take triangle DMC and ABN, prove their congruency by SAS rule, so AN and CM are equal by CPCT rule. Then you take the other two triangles and prove their congruency by SAS rule, and thus you can show that AM and CN are equal by CPCT rule. When the opposite sides are equal, the quadrilateral becomes a parallelogram. So repetition, I have done it once again because it needs to learn the working as shown for you. Now the next question, number 11, where the figure shows that AB and EC are parallel and AB and AC are equal. You have to prove that angle EAC is equal to angle ACB and ABCE is a parallelogram. So according to the question, angle DAE and angle EAC, which I have mentioned as X and X, are equal because EA bisects DAC was given. Angle ABC and angle ACB B are equal, which I have mentioned as Y, because according to the question, AB and AC are equal. In the triangle ABC, x plus x becomes your external angle, which is equal to sum of the two interior opposite angles. So 2x is equal to y plus y. So 2x and 2y, 2 cancel, x is equal to y. Proved. Now since x is equal to y, they are interior angles or alternate interior angles. So AE and BC are parallel. AB and EC parallel is given in the question. So ABCE is a parallelogram where opposite sides are parallel. Now this is the working which I have done it for you here. This is the question diagram and this is the working. You can note it down. Children, if you have any doubt regarding quadrilateral, please ask me. Put your question in the comment section and try out the questions given in your text. There are many solved examples. There are many other questions also given in the book. You are supposed to try out all of them to clear your concept. And if you have any doubt, please put it forward. And children, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay, bye children, take care.